Hi everybody, this is DearMamaSal. I just wanted to let you know that I actually put down a video a couple of days ago and got home to find out that I'd forgotten to turn the camera around. Not very smart. Anyway, never mind. So the vocals were fine, but the the video was not there. So I thought I'd better redo it because it was something I was having a rant about, and I thought I might share it. When I was coming home from the doctor's appointment last week, I went to the respirologist last week. When I was coming home from there, I popped into a local value village to see if I could pick up some canvases or some things that would be fun to paint over. As some of you know, I'm busy painting these days. Well, I don't know why, but my expectations of Value Village were apparently way ahead of what the reality is. I walked the whole of that store intentionally, and I could not believe what I was seeing. I saw stuff that was totally overpriced. I saw stuff that was downright dirty. I mean, nobody had even bothered to put a wet wipe over it or something. I mean, it was gross. And I went in every section of it. The kitchen stuff just really grossed me out. And then I went to the clothing. And that's where I literally stood, because blouses were like $10 or $15 for out of style, out of date. I mean, we would expect that. We expect things to be out of style and color-wise and design-wise. But I just stood there and I went, why would I pay this amount of money for a no-name brand? I mean, it wasn't like it was a Gucci or something. Yeah, you know what I mean. It wasn't like a name brand or something. And then I thought, well, it must just be this section. So then I went to sweaters. Same. Then I went to hoodies and things. Yikes! And all I kept saying to myself was breathe, because I was getting quite angry. And I'm going, how could anybody think this was value? This is about profit. This is not about value. So I came away. I did buy a couple of things just because I was there. I did bought a couple of things. And then found out it was Tuesday, and apparently that's a good day if you happen to be a senior, which of course I am. But I went home, and the first thing I did, being who I am, was to grab my computer and start looking up who owns Value Village. And I expected it to say something like the Salvation Army or, the Diabetes Association or whatever. Well, that's where it was a bit of a shock. And then my eyes rolled one more time and I went, well, now it makes more sense. Did you know that Value Village is privately owned? It's not a charity at all. That really shocked me. And if you want to know who owns it, just Google it. And the reason I say that is it depends where you live. In Canada, certain people own it, and in the States, different people own it, I think. So, that was my rant. I was angry. I don't get my nose put out of joint quite that much that often, but it was just like, really? I don't know about you, but that's, to me, almost false advertising. When their prices are for second-hand clothes the same as a lot of Walmart stuff is for brand new clothes in today's colors. I think that's wrong, but I know how to tell them I think it's wrong. I'll stay away. And then you can't help, I almost want to stand outside there with a billboard, placard thing, what do they, sandwich board. If you don't know any better, please know these prices are not good. But again, I suppose I have to say that if that's the only store you can walk to, maybe those prices are good. I was upset, as you can probably tell, by my body language and my voice tone. And that is my rant on that subject. Now, in the news last night, as I was trying to go to sleep early, which didn't work very well, but I tried to go to sleep early, but I'm inclined to have the news playing, but with the sound down, because they repeat themselves so many times, so it allows you to multitask. You can keep doing other things, and every now and then, lift your eyes up and go, okay, they're still talking about that, all right. And realize that two major things happened yesterday that I went, wow. And the one was that Robert Mugabe of Zimbabwe had agreed to step down. Now, this probably doesn't mean a lot to a lot of you sitting here in North America, but I want to tell you that many years ago, my sense was that it was the early 70s. I'm not near, I would need to be near my computer to fact check that, and I probably will do when I edit this. But my sense was it was the early 70s that I was in Africa, and I can remember having people in my home who had fled what was then Rhodesia, because Robert Mugabe was killing white landowners. People who had spent a lifetime building up their farms, and his militia, if you like, were just literally walking in and killing the owners and taking over the land. And I, to this day, still have a memory of sitting there with a 6'4" Rhodesian farmer and his wife. And this guy, just with the tears running out of his eyes, said, I had to leave everything. I literally grabbed my wallet and keys and my wife, not in that order necessarily, and fled. Left everything. A lifetime of hard work down the drain, and nothing to show for it. So you understand, I'm a bit biased when I hear that Robert Mugabe is standing down. His reign of terror is something that I guess a lot of North Americans don't really know about, or don't care about. I lived indirectly through his terror, so I care. And I cannot judge him, I guess. Well, I do, don't I? Yeah. But he will be judged. By the way, he took the wealth of the country and used it for himself. So, such is life. The other thing that I saw in the news was that Charles Manson died. Now again, a lot of viewers probably won't know the name, but if you're older, you will. Because Charles Manson was the head of a cult. And though he did not personally go out and murder people. He had his cult followers go out and murder Sharon Tate and 4 of her friends, and then on the next night kill a couple of others in Hollywood. Sharon Tate was a well-known actress at the time. And then there was the absolute debacle of his trial, where all his followers, came to the courthouse every day, and the adoration was that of a rock star. And he totally manipulated these people. So I'm going, I don't know whether you believe in hell or not, but I believe that there are a couple of rooms being taken up today. And the world, I guess, is a different place today. I often wonder whether I have the right to be judgmental on these things. And then I remember I have the right to have an opinion. It might not be a right one, but I have the right to have one. And if you're a follower, then you choose whether or not to watch the video. Anyway, I thought I should mention those two things because they actually both are historical. When they do things this day in history, I think both of those. I've got a guy. I'm sorry, both of those events will be in history. I've got a guy in front of me who doesn't know how. He's obviously got a stick shift car and doesn't know how to start on a hill. Just each time he's rolling backwards closer to my car, which is why you probably saw my body language change a bit. Okay, everybody. So thank you very much for watching. I hope that you go and check out Who Owns Your Local Value Village if you've got one near you, because at least you'll be informed. This is DearMamaSal saying remember to look after one another, but most of all, remember to look after yourself. Bye bye for now.